2, 1, and now we've started.
I'm addicted to clown porn.
Oh, do tell. Do tell.
Dude, fucking, if you want to get interracial, clown on mine. Ooh.
Clown on mine. Love it. Love it. Love it. So,
oh, shit.
I want to give a quick breakdown of how we kind of, I mean, we've talked before we started, but I wanted to give a quick breakdown on how I see these going. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this one, it's going to be just a short, it's meant to be an introduction, by the way. Here you go.
Thank you. Your button, my lord.
Indeed. So a quick introduction to kind of display how we're going to do this. Yeah, if you want to turn that around. We should have prepped a little bit better.
A little bit, but I mean, this is basically just sort of like a...
This is a pilot. This is a pilot.
It's a pilot. It's sort of a... what's the word I'm thinking of?
Disappointment?
Like a rough draft, almost.
Fair enough.
So like, there's going to be little hiccups.
So, I mean, we're going to have our little talking points and shit like that we can pull from. That obviously, I don't know how often we'll do this. Ideally, I'd like to try and get at least once a week, because a lot of shit can happen in a week.
Oh, big time.
But if not, every other week.
Yeah. That's fine by me.
You know,
because that's about how often we hang out anyway.
This one,
if not more.
This one, I kind of want to give time for 2 topics from me and then 2 topics from you of shit that's happened that we can talk about.
Well, that works out because I really have the 2 topics from my channel.
So honestly, like, I got ideas for some shit that I definitely want to talk about. This one, and then this is kind of like a little side thing. I kind of want to bring it up just because it's fucking funny. Mm-hmm. But I want to start off with you and that dream because it sounded fucking interesting, but I'm glad I cut you off. So, continue.
So, just for like a little bit of backstory.
Yes.
One of the few movies to ever like genuinely scare me.
Real quick, just let her out.
Yeah. Like one of the few movies to ever actually like scare me was get the hell out of here. John Carpenter's The Thing from like the 80s.
Yeah.
Like that. Like beyond the body horror, it's just the fucking suspense and the mystery and all that jazz. The timing is great. Like it's one of the few movies where I'm actually sitting there like, oh my god.
Whoa.
Anyway, so with that in mind, at some point earlier this week, I had like just this vivid fucking nightmare where it was me and like a couple other people. I don't even remember their fucking faces. I just remember like there being 2 other people with me, and we were running through like some kind of warehouse or some shit. And we'd gotten into, I guess, what was like the main storage area, because like there was just shit stacked high up all around us. Kind of like that scene in Terrifier where the girl's running through like all those empty ass cars.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get to this point where there's like this little fenced in area for some reason. We dip in there, find a bunch of tarps, and decide, fuck it, we're gonna hunker down here and try and hide.
Big mistake.
You have no idea.
Oh god. Yeah, because this is about the point that I cut you off and was like, shut the fuck up, save it.
Yes.
So
actually it was
back in business.
Yeah, so anyway, we get into that little fenced-in area, find a couple tarps, and decide we're going to cover up the fencing so that we're just, like, boxed in, nothing can see in, nothing can see out. I think we ended up getting, like, zip ties and just, like, lock it down.
Which, by the way, in a horror movie, that is definitely some white people shit, because that is the dumbest fucking thing to do.
Dude, it's a dream. You can't question the logic of a dream.
I'm going to.
Like, looking back, I know it was fucking dumb.
That's fucking stupid.
Anyway, so, like, we get the tarps all set up. Can't see out except for, like, a little hole in one of the fucking tarps. Mm-hmm. And, like, right as we're getting the last one fastened down, we hear, like, the sound of, like, a door opening on the far end of the fucking room.
Off in the distance. It speaks to me.
Literally, like, it was the classic horror movie, like squeaky ass metal door opening slowly. Just and it's just dead fucking silence. Like, you peek out through the little hole, you can't see shit. Like, 30 seconds go by, look back through, and it's just a fucking eye. Like,
what the fuck?
yeah, like, God, I'm trying to think of, like, a good comparison, but literally, like,
Eye Cthulhu.
no, like, it was literally just, like, the thing staring through, but it was literally just, like, right fucking here, so all you could see was its creepy-ass eye.
Oh, okay. So, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try and explain it, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, anyway, like, it takes a moment too long to register, like, oh, shit, we've been found out. And
We've been found!
The fucking thing just roids out, goes all Cronenberg, and starts just tearing through the fucking fencing. And actually, that was about the time whenever I woke up. But
Well,
I mean, no one lives past dying in a dream.
fair enough.
Like, that's when you wake up.
Well, okay. Yeah.
But just that, something about that visceral fear of, like, you don't know what the fuck is going on. All of a sudden, like, you try and, like, peer through a little hole, and you just see it staring right back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that classic scene of, like, it sees you, and its eye, like, widens or some shit.
Basically, like, in the fucking... Take, for instance, Naruto, whenever shit... Anime characters fucking losing their mind, their eyes get wide, but their pupils, like...
No,
small.
like, the pupil was fucking massive. Like,
Oh.
the pupil grew, like, it was, like, like, focused on you.
It said, whoa!
It might as well have made the noise.
Yeah. Damn, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that...
What do you think could have, like, outside of the, general fear of the movie, what do you think could have possibly, like, made that hit your subconscious?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I guess just stress from work. Like, I've been kind of wired lately.
The eye was one of your coworkers.
Like, that's the only thing I can think of, because I haven't seen that movie in months.
Mm-hmm. I think the last time you watched it was actually the time you showed it to me.
Actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that, and then, like, a week later, I watched the 2011 version, which I wasn't super fond of.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
But yeah, that's basically it, really.
You said, that wasn't great. That was fucked up.
On today's episode of What is Fucked Up, that is kind of fucked up.
So, fucking when was it? It was sometime this week. Either the beginning of this week or the very end of last week. I was, just kind of thinking. It's weird because I can't remember a lot of shit that happened, like, last month, but I can very vividly remember every fucking detail I am about to describe to you. It is weird. So before you and me actually became friends, I don't know, do you remember the guy that I used to be friends with, fucking Ryan?
Yeah.
So I was just sitting up one night. Obviously, I'm fucking baked. So I'm just laying there, bro, and I'm just fucking like, how's he doing? And then, like, it clicked to me. I was like, he was the fucking boy back then. And, like, I feel like a little dick telling you this because, like, now you're my boy. Mm-hmm. But back then, I didn't know you, so
It's all good. I mean, at one point, there was another dude who always thought, like, oh, yeah, this is the boy. But that was the point whenever you and I weren't really talking.
You bitch! But fucking, so, like, the first time I actually stayed out at his house, like, where he used to live is, you go down this road and it splits off where the highway continues and where...
Mention actual locations, by the way.
I don't fucking care. There's that divvy point, where right before it hits that cross intersection there, and then that goes into a back road that leads off all the way the fuck back over that way.
Okay, yeah.
He used to live down that road, like fucking a ways back, and where he lived, there was like they lived on a fuck ton of property, bro. And so during the day we would go outside, be all in the back, fucking, like, this was around the time where, like, I had barely started getting a little bit into creepypasta. not really, honestly, I shouldn't say creepypasta, just scary stories in general. This was around the time that I started learning about that killer clown story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really...
This was early days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
This is way before I fucking met you, my boy.
God, so like,
And that was second grade whenever you and me met.
Christ, has it been?
I'm talking like this is first grade kindergarten.
God, you were into that kind of stuff that way back?
Yeah, I had a fucked up childhood, huh? So
I don't think you introduced me to the whole like creepypasta deal until
I introduced you
fourth or
to
fifth
the
grade.
to the killer clown story, specifically the killer clown story back in third grade. But creepypasta was about fourth, fifth grade because that was like Jeff the Killer.
I remember the first creepypasta. It was fucking Jeff the Killer.
Yeah, which by the way is still to this day one of my favorite creepypastas.
I mean, I definitely prefer like the new revised version a little bit better.
Honestly, it tells the story way better.
Yeah, but the original will always have like that special little nostalgia.
Yeah. Shh, we're recording. Pepsi.
Special non-branded carbonated beverage.
It tastes like mango. But whenever we were out at his house, he was the first person that I actually had like a sleepover with. And dude, that first night, I don't know why. But something creeped me the fuck out. We're at his house, we're alone, and it's fucking night, and we're looking outside for some goddamn reason. No idea why. We're just fucking idiots like that. But we're looking outside, and something just fucking scares me, and I start bawling my fucking eyes out. And we go back inside, and, we go back. So his house was kind of laid out a little bit like this, but where this door is, the wall kind of cuts here in this area. This little corner of the room would be like the bathroom. And so the door where my bathroom is, from there, all this here would be the bedroom. Okay. And so his bed laid on this side right here. Mm-hmm. There was a little not center console, a little entertainment system with a TV on it. Mm-hmm. But it was one kind of like this.
Okay.
So he booted up the game. He had his GameCube at the time, and we were playing that Lego Star Wars game right there.
That's some fucking memories right there.
I'm telling you, bro. I know vivid fucking memories from all the way back then.
Lego Star Wars on the fucking GameCube was my goddamn jam whenever I was a kid. That, and as much as I'm ashamed to admit it, Shadow the Hedgehog. Don't
be ashamed, dude. That's a solid game right there. That's a solid game.
Don't get me wrong. I will always have fond memories of that game, but I'm fully aware that game was bad. It was so bad.
It was so bad. So we started playing it for a while, and
In fact, that's also how I got into rock.
Understandable.
Was because of that game's soundtrack.
So we were playing it for a little bit, and then we decided to move into his living room, and started playing fucking it was either Rock Band or Guitar Hero, but it was on the Wii. Mm-hmm. And I played the drums because obviously I kill that shit.
I think that would have been Rock Band then.
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't think Guitar Hero had drums.
Yeah, so then it would have been Rock Band. So we're playing Rock Band, and then at some point he gets a call, and I guess it's from his mom, and he halfway through their conversation, basically, he just turns to me and is like, "You hungry?" I go, "Yeah, I could eat. I'm still crying like a bitch, so yeah, food would do some good." And so he goes, "Okay," and then tells his mom that I'm not really paying attention to their conversation, so I don't know that she's gonna be picking up food and bringing it home. Dude, I'm telling you, it's 1, 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
God damn.
And so his mom comes home, and what she has, dude, couldn't fucking hit the spot any better. That late at night, playing some fucking video games. Spicy chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. God. I'm telling you, it fucking hit, and it was so good. We stayed up the rest of that goddamn night. It was the first time that I ever spent the night at someone else's house, and the first time I did an all-nighter. As soon as Granny picked me up that morning, she was like, "So how was it?" I'm fucking dead in that front seat. And she's like, "Okay."
Oh, shit.
And it was great. Like he lived right over there. So, I mean, the drive wasn't all that far. Got back here, and she was like, "Go to bed. just go to bed. Not gonna make you do shit. Not gonna, just go to bed. And I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. I just went to bed.
You won't go night-night?
That was back whenever all of us were in this room, and it was the 3 blow-up mattresses.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. That's how far back it was, bro.
Dude, I just remember something really fucking stupid.
You sharded.
So, actually, no.
That's not till later.
No, back whenever you had those 3 air mattresses.
We used to put them on the wall.
Yeah, you put them all on the wall, and then at some point, inevitably, either you or your little brother would, like, crawl under one of them, like, between them, and just fucking hide.
Yeah.
And wait for someone to come in and just pop out like, hey!
Well, like, what we would do is put them up on the wall, and it was actually my cousin Blake who was like, let me show you guys some shit. And so we would all sit on the top, all the way up there. Our heads would be touching the fucking roof, and we would just let that shit crash and fucking slide across the room. It was back whenever we had, like, that, it was the dark gray, or not dark gray, the dark wooden oak
I remember
dresser.
That. Yeah,
laid up against the wall with the CRTV.
Like old ass fucking TV.
The CRT TV.
God, that just reminded me. That's the fucking TV that you showed me. A, robots, and B, that really bad Godzilla movie.
God, which one was that?
It was like the 2001 version, I think. I think it was 2001. It was the one where Godzilla was a girl and laid eggs and shit.
Yeah. Oh, Godzilla is a girl.
No.
Godzilla's a girl.
Godzilla's a boy.
Godzilla's a girl.
He's the king of monsters.
He's the king of monsters, sure. Godzilla's a girl. I'm gonna die on that hill. I prefer Godzilla to have a vagina.
Of course you would, you fucking degenerate.
But no, so,
Fucking any port in a storm, huh?
Yeah. God, that's what my life has fucking devolved to. If it's got a hole, it's mine. Fucking.
That explains that creepy ass stress ball you got.
Don't worry about it. Here it is. Fucking just. Ew. Fucking
I do not like that thing.
I don't either.
It's so.
I like it, but I hate it. I like it, but I hate it. Fucking. But back whenever. Shit, when was it? It was like. I guess it would be around 2nd grade whenever, because whenever I met you, he had moved. So, I mean, I had to find someone to replace him, and obviously, you fit the bill.
I mean, I was gullible enough, I fell for the shit you were peddling. So.
Yeah.
I still can't believe how our fucking friendship started. Literally just me on the goddamn swings, you walk up, you're fat, shut up.
Alright.
Thus, a friendship was born.
Thus, here we are, over 13 years later. Fucking, I don't remember where, but he had moved over to Georgetown. I'm trying to... the kind of subdivision he lived on, there was, like, a little park that you could walk to. It wasn't really all that far away. Maybe, like, a minute total worth of walking for us, and, like, we're, like, this big.
So it was at most like a block away.
Yeah, at most. So we would go there, and there was kind of like a little. There's like a little overpass that cars can drive over, but it was really just like 2 hills that were divided, so they needed to make a little bridge to go across it. Mm-hmm. So there's the underneath of it. We would go dick around and run underneath there and fucking play in there. No idea why kids did that, by the way. Like. What's so fucking entertaining about that? There's probably a homeless person in there ready to stab you. Don't go in there. But we would...
for the sake of adventure.
We would...
it's the closest thing to a cave anywhere near us.
Sadly. This was before I even started, skateboarding. So... God, I'm fucking...
Oh, look at you, Mr. Cool Guy.
Skateboarding, breakdancing, all the cool things. All the cool things.
Breakdancing, growling.
We got out, and there was like this little like stone. I guess it was like what they had, not stone, concrete. It was like what they had left that they couldn't really pour somewhere else or use somewhere else, so they kind of just left it and it molded there. So we were just like sitting on that, and he was like, oh, "I got a movie to show you. I don't want to tell you much about it, but like space warriors and aliens." And I'm like, "You had me at space." And so we go home. or I say go home. We went back to his house. I can vividly remember how his house was set up, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you walk in, big living room area. There was a door off that way that went to, it was either a bathroom. Well, the way it was like a doorway that would split off in two different ways. And either one side was a bathroom and another was a bedroom or something like that. But his room was like, here's the opening to the living room. You would just, basically right here, like this wall right here, on the other side of that wall is his bedroom. But you don't have to go to that corner over there to get into it. You just go around the corner, open up that door, there's his bedroom. Right next to it, right here, kitchen. So it's like kitchen, living room, the master bedroom's off that way. There's the other bedroom there and a bathroom, and then his bedroom. We went in there, and he started showing me the movie. And dude, I shit you not, first time I saw a boob, no idea that they looked like that. I was like, what the fuck?
What movie was it?
Honestly, that's the only part of it that I can't remember. And if you don't think I've tried figuring out what the movie fucking is, dude.
Do you at least remember like any of the plot points outside of just boob?
That's all I can remember from it was like, there was boobies. And I was like, yeah, dude,
that narrows it down.
I'm telling you, I'm like, this is second, third grade that I'm seeing this. The first time I saw a tit, and I'm like, they look like that? Where's the imagination now?
I still remember the first time I saw a boob.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Piranha.
Oh.
Wait, no, that was it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Piranha was the second time.
Yeah.
Also, fucked me up a little bit, because then I had to look up weird shit.
Yeah, now you are tainted with not being aroused by the normal things.
Yep. Now I'm tainted.
You're not aroused by the normal things, like, dandelions. Wait, just me? My bad.
I hate to do you like this.
Fuck. Well, I need to start going to church. We both need to.
I'm more of a lavender man myself. Fucking pansy.
Oh, you like to have that good smell while you're getting fucked.
Hell yeah, man.
Lavender's pretty fucking good. Lavender, honestly, who was it? My aunt used to make, like, I don't know if you remember these or not, but they were like the little beanbag things that were like this, but she would like have the lavender in it, so it was lavender scented, and you would put it, you could put it next to you, and the lavender would help you sleep. I don't know if that was just some fucking like, because she's 1/16 fucking Cherokee, I think is what it was, because Granny was an 8th. Mm-hmm. So obviously offspring.
Right.
There were some.
It's diluted.
I think it was Cherokee, is what it was, or she might be an 8th.
I knew a girl named Cherokee.
Huh?
I said I knew a girl named Cherokee.
I used to have a dog named Cherokee. You remember that black lab that we had? There was Rascal the Dalmatian, and then that little black lab, the female black lab.
No, that one's escaping my mind.
Dude, yeah, that one was Cherokee. And fucking, okay. She was a good dog. She was a good dog. She'd let me pet her and touch her. Not like that. Just.
I would hope not, considering, many things.
She was old.
And you were young, and a different species.
We were trying to make bestiality a thing. People weren't going for it.
That's been a thing for a long time, and it's also gross. It's wrong.
Just something. Just fucking popped you on the nose. Fucking, God. I was going somewhere, but I've already completely forgot what the fuck I was.
I'm going to jail for that fucking dog story.
You said that you had, 2 things. You talked about the dream. What was the other thing, though?
Yeah, so, now that I'm in the shop a lot more, just so I don't, like, tire myself out on music, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. And
nerd.
Right? And so, I've been listening to a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft stuff.
Fuck! Ow!
What the hell did you do?
It flung out of my hand. It literally only the tip. Okay, you see that part right there? That perfectly, right on the tip of my nipple.
What the hell? Oh, is that a rubber band?
No, it's a hair tie.
Oh, Jesus!
And just the fucking end of it was wrapped around my finger like 3 times, and I went, what the?
Genius.
It just the fuck it. Only the tip. Just the tip. I'm special.
You know, I'm right there with you. I've done plenty of dumb shit too. Anyway, so I've been listening to a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft shit, especially the sort of the Cthulhu mythos, and
Really like Cthulhu. Cthulhu's a pretty
he's pretty fucking dope.
He's fucking scary, but like at the same time, it's like that
he's not even the fucking scariest though. Like
literally,
fucking Nyarlathotep, Azathoth, Yuggoth, fucking
Baba Yaga. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, Yog-Sothoth. There we go. Anyway,
Yog-Sothoth, this dick. Sorry. That makes no sense. It was the thing that came to mind.
Anyway, so I was listening to At the Mountains of Madness, easily one of my favorite stories. And I guess, little spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't listened to it or read it. Basically, at one point in the story, the narrator finds out that the elder beings that came from space, whenever Earth was just a fucking rock.
The gods.
Pretty much. It might as well have been. They created life on Earth. Like, they literally had a method to create life. Like,
and that method was called fucking.
No, like, it was something about manipulating atoms or some shit. They never really...
Manipulating Adam and Eve to repopulate?
Basically, like, they were able to, like, create, like, little culture, like, cell cultures, and, like, that grew into life. So that they could have servants and food and all that jazz.
Okay, that kind of make...
And so it got me thinking, like, what if that's how life on Earth actually started? What if our planet was seeded?
Yeah, like you know how this. I'm actually gonna bring the Bible into this. Just touchy subject. You know how
what isn't nowadays?
Fair enough. In the Bible, it talks about in the Holy Bible.
Rubble.
Somewhere in it, I remember the fucking God basically making humans like out of fucking material from Earth, like clay and shit like that.
Yeah, he molded us out of clay or something like that.
What if that story is taking inspiration from that, like that idea?
It's possible. I mean, it is weird to think about how a lot of different creation myths sort of tie into the same very basic concept, like humans being molded out of something inanimate or being born from something that already exists. Like, I guess on the topic of like God creating man, he then took
God didn't create me.
He then took one of Adam's ribs and used that to create Eve. That's why men have like an uneven amount of ribs.
Wait, really?
I'm almost.
I've never actually counted my ribs. That'd be fucking.
I'm almost.
That'd be neat.
I don't want to be spreading misinformation. I'm pretty sure I read that like humans have, or men have like one less rib than women or some shit.
And you know why that is?
Why?
Because we don't. We ain't. I don't know where I was going with it. I was gonna go with some like manly, inspirational shit there, but I don't know manly shit.
I half expected you to make a joke about like, yeah, that's why we're able to like get closer to sucking our own dick.
No. Fucking, we have one less rib because that bone went somewhere else. I'm immature.
Anyway. So yeah, the story got me thinking like, what if Earth was seeded like to create life instead of just.
Because like, to kind of go off of the idea of fucking
because I mean on Venus or maybe Mercury, like there's sort of a theory that we might have accidentally seeded that planet whenever we sent like a probe or a satellite, and it reached the atmosphere, and I guess there might have been like some microbial life on that satellite whenever it hit the planet.
Well, so
and basically like started. Jiving in the atmosphere.
Well, to kind of go off of that, NASA are just, the people that do shit for space. So
SpaceX?
Yeah. Whenever they do send the space probes and shit like that out into space, that's a one-way trip. That probe is going there, it's sending information back, and then it's going to fucking live there forever.
Yeah. That's going to be a final resting place.
So, like, whenever they go there, there's a special team division through these space explorations where they preserve the life that's there to not taint it with anything that's over here, because a disease that's over here that's curable here could not be curable there. Mm-hmm. So, like, if there is a certain type of life or whatever that we have no clue that's out there, it is that division's job to destroy whatever we sent there, so that we don't taint what could be there.
Yeah, it's essentially a decontamination unit.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
and
I mean it makes sense because you don't want to, fuck up what could be a very fragile ecosystem. I mean,
yeah.
Think about it this way: like what we could consider the flu, to another race, it could very well be space AIDS.
It could be their version of a coronavirus. It could be a very severe thing.
Yeah.
But I do want to try and... I want to circle back a little bit, because this is something that has interested me quite a bit about the... you brought up the topic of multiple cultures having a depiction of something. Like, back in the... Like, way back in the day, a lot of cultures had depictions of dragons. Mm-hmm. Yet none of them, like, really... came together. They didn't come. There wasn't a fucking round table and fucking 6-7 of them were together and like, hey guys, you know what would be fucking hilarious for the future? Let's fuck with them. Make them think these weird lizard things are flying in the sky. Let's do that. Like that wasn't a fucking thing. So I do think to some extent there was like a large fucking, not velociraptors obviously, but something like a dragon that existed. Mm-hmm. And I think some of these fossils that we're digging up that are like T-Rexes could possibly be that, because the wings of the dragons would be like the wings of birds. They don't fossilize because they're so thin to be able to allow them to fly. Mm-hmm. So like something like a T-Rex that could be the body,
been made out of cartilage or like hollow bones.
Yeah, just something that would not fossilize. Mm-hmm. So we would get the fossilization of the body, but not the actual And these in museums, whenever you see like the full scale T-Rex built, that is just that's our idea of what it would look like. We have no idea if that's actually what it looks like. Mm-hmm. So it could very well be that thing had fucking wings and was a fire breathing fucker.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes back to I say it goes back to like
it goes back in the day.
We have a very vague idea of what the dinosaurs look like. We're literally just kind of guessing. Have you ever seen the skeleton of a hippopotamus?
No.
It looks nothing like what you would think.
And there's also something that I want to do on your phone. Like, I want to make it the last thing that we do here because it's fucking hilarious. I saw this on Snapchat story, and I tried it on my phone, and it works. I don't know if it's Android phones or if it's specifically just Samsung phones, but it's fucking hilarious. There's a preloaded image on every single Android phone. Or, I should say Samsung.
Is it that fucking chihuahua?
Yeah. Have you tried it on your phone?
No. And I'll admit, I'm a little nervous about letting you go through my images because I've got some...
No. No, you don't go through the images at all. It's fucking weird how you pull it up.
Okay. Let me see... Where is it? Here's a good one of the fucking skull. It doesn't look like
what
a fucking hippo.
Fuck?
Yeah, nightmare-inducing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, try imagining like a big old chubby hippo face on that.
Because I mean, like right here, where that fucking the kind of like butt of the nose is, that looks like, nothing like it.
Mm. And so, like, you put that in a hippo, and you're like, how the hell does that work? Mm-hmm. So, I imagine it's sort of the same logic for the fucking dinosaurs. I don't think they actually look, quite like what you see in Jurassic Park.
Like, I mean, it is something that is very severely exaggerated that we do in our, pop culture. Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, when you think about it, Jurassic Park was what kind of cemented the idea of what dinosaurs were supposed to look like.
Yeah, like, it is genuinely this is what we think they look like. Mm-hmm. We're not saying they look like that.
And then there was...
But if you think differently, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, and even then, there was the whole theory a while back of like, well, they might have actually been giant birds, and it's like... Possibly, but the idea is so cemented in my brain. Every time I think dinosaur, I immediately go to terrible lizard. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been so just... I don't want to say brainwashed, because that wouldn't really be like...
It's been cemented. It's been
Yeah.
cemented into your brain.
Like kind of like the traditional zombie, just a shambling corpse. But the original depiction of a zombie wasn't that.
No,
it
some
wasn't
guy
even-
that had their
wasn't-
head drilled in and acid poured in there. I'm sorry.
Like it wasn't even a shambling corpse. It was literally more of like a hypnosis situation. Like the dude was alive.
Yeah.
It was more of like a
Undead.
no, not even that, because it was alive. Like it wasn't actually dead. God, what is the fucking term for it?
It was a freaking gabagoo.
Basically, just a brainwashed servant, like I guess, because I can't think of the word.
Okay, I'm too fucking stupid to know what the word is too, but I know the word you're going for.
Because like there's a term for it in like a bunch of fantasy movies. I just can't remember what it is because I haven't heard it in a while.
Metachlorian.
No, we're not talking about the Star Wars prequels.
Well, stupid, the Star Trek. We're gonna start an argument right there. That's it. We're canceled.
No, I don't care if I piss off Star Wars fans or Star Trek fans. I've never even seen Star Trek. I don't care to watch it. I mean,
Beam me up, Scotty. Real quick, I want to end it off with me showing you how I don't. If I can't do it on your phone, I will show you on mine.
all right,
But fucking
just be careful because I do have some sketchy shit on there.
no.
What the hell?
So, no. Just boop 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 boop. Does it pull it up on yours? No, it doesn't. Okay, we got to do it on mine. Okay, you're gonna open that up. You can take your phone back. Okay, so watch. We go doop 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 doop, and then I think you go to sensor, pulls this up, image test. It's a picture of the Chihuahua.
Fucking why?
No idea, bro, but it's in there.
It's like
It exists for a reason.
It's like the little storyboard where someone was talking about the coding for Team Fortress 2, I think. And for some reason, in the coding is just like an image of a potato. And they don't know why it's there, who put it there. They don't know anything about it, other than every time they've tried to fuck with it, it fucks the game up royally to where like it can't run. So it's basically just in there now.
It's there, it's square, but it's not really a square because then it wouldn't get around.
Just gonna let that one sit.
I think that's how we should just end this off. Just fucking right there. Yeah, because we got shit that we wanted to go do for tonight. I just kind of wanted to get like a little pilot thing.
I got you, man. Well, I mean, I had fun.
I did too. Now we can actually, end this off and go, cuddle.
We're gonna end it there. We're not gonna.
I don't want them to know the other shit that we do. The hand holding with the same hands. I don't want them to know that I'm gonna get pregnant. El pregante.
Can u get pregante?
That's it.